Hello friends, and welcome back to Rocky Mountain Gardens. My name is Mary, like I often say in case you're new here, and today for my video presentation I am going to be doing a reading journal that I'm setting up for the year of 2024 so that I can keep track of what I have read in this coming year. And so I have been working on it and putting it together, and I wanted to show you how I did this in case you're interested perhaps in keeping a reading journal yourself. As you may know, if you've been part of my channel for a while, I am a librarian and I have a home library also here downstairs. You can see me today, I'm in my craft room. So anyway, let's jump right in and get started on putting this reading journal together. Now friends, this journal that you see here is leather bound, and it actually was something that my daughter passed on to me. She got it as a gift from her job and wasn't interested in using it. So I am going to make it into my reading journal. You can see here it has quite a few pages, and I actually think I'll be able to get more than 1 year recording my reading journal information in this book. And it also is a line journal that you can see, which makes it easier in some ways to decorate and more difficult in others. But we will start right here with my name page, and we'll put it together with some papers that I have chosen to go with this sort of framed piece that has my name on it, Mary. And I'm going to be using this VersaFine ink, black ink, to distress the edges of my papers. Now this gives your papers a little bit more of a vintage look and also gives them, I think, more dimension. Just makes your journal a little bit more interesting. So I'm just showing you how I use a sponge to go along here and distress the edges of the papers. And then we'll get started with the next step, which is gluing the pieces into the page. And here's a close-up of the art glitter glue that I use when I am creating sort of a scrapbook kind of look to any of my projects. I just put a very thin bead along the edges of the paper, and then I put a bit in the center of it actually as well. There you see that. And I will go ahead and place it on the page. And I want to make sure that I get the corner of the paper even with the edge of the actual journal page as well, which is what I'm doing right here, making sure it's placed where it should be. And then we'll go ahead and add some more papers to add a little bit of interest to my name page. What I like about this art glitter glue is that, first of all, it doesn't have any glitter in it, in the glue itself, even though it has glitter in the name. It actually is a fast drying glue, which also dries clear, so you won't be able to see any that might spread over onto your page. Now I'm going to be adding a few more bits to decorate my pages, or this one page, and that includes turquoise colored washi tape as well as a sort of a pinkish color to bring out the colors in the papers that I have on this design. And then I will be adding a floral piece that you can see right here over on the side of my nameplate, just to give it that floral look, because you know I am a gardener and we got to have a lot of flowers in any design. Next, I'm going to have a 2-page spread for my title page of my 2024 reading journal. And I'm going to be putting this together here for you. I have done some prepping, I guess you could say, for this 2-page spread, and I have my papers ready to go to glue in and other things to add for some interest on my page. So let's go ahead and start watching how I do this, what I hope is going to be a very pretty title page. Here I've sketched a little bookcase to place some of the books that I have put together for a design on this layout here. And I'm just coloring it in very quickly with a darker brown marker to make it look like a wooden bookcase. Now I am going to be creating a 2-page spread for my annual statistics. So on these 2 pages, I will be recording the number of books that I've read each month, the number of pages, and some other details like genres that I have read and so on. I'll be able to add up from this layout the number of total books read in 2024 and pages read and so on. So let's put it together now. I don't think I've mentioned in the past that I actually run a small women's book club here in our town for some of my friends. And so I like to keep track of all the books that we have read over the years. And so what I'm doing here is creating a place where I can record all of the books our club has read in 2024. And we don't always read a book every single month. It depends on how all of the ladies are doing, how busy they are and so on, and when we're able to get together. So it's kind of a very casual book club without any stress and pressure. And so that's what we are doing with our book club that makes it very fun and a fun time to get together when we discuss our books. So in the meantime, guys, I am decorating this two-page spread, another one that will give me the space to record the books that we have read this coming year. And I'm quite excited to keep a kind of a pretty record of what we are doing. For my monthly records for all of the different books I've read, I am setting up a design where each month reflects the season, you might say. So for January, I'm using the color blue. And I'm using my border punch to be able to go ahead and give a cute edge to the paper that I'm going to be adding to this page for the month of January. Now, each month could take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. I guess it just depends on how many books I read each month. And since I'm not setting any goals for myself, I'm not saying I have to read 20 books per month, for example. There are many people who keep reading journals who set these really hard to reach goals, in my opinion. And I like my reading to be an enjoyable experience and very relaxed. So because it is going to be relaxed, I'm just going to read what I read and see how many books it turns out for each month during the year as I go along. And so here I have added a January label to these pages, and I'm just recording, as you can see right now, the books that I have read. And for each book, I'm putting the title of the book, the author, the format that I read it in, whether it was print or audio, for example. And then I'm also keeping a record of the genre of that particular book. Did I say how many pages? But certainly how many pages. And then I'll transfer that information to my annual statistics layout for the month of January, and I'll keep that going during the course of the year. So it is Not a lot of work, and I can just write down the information, perhaps a short summary of each book, and if I recommend it to other people as well. And then we can go ahead and get a good record for this year of what I have read. And boy, am I excited about this process. So now for final touches, I'm adding a few more blue pieces as well as some snowflakes. Since January has ended, I'm going to decorate, or at least start decorating, for my February recordings of what I have read. I'm going to get these pages prepared, and then as I go forward throughout the year, I will decorate each month, and then I will record each of the books that I have read. So let's put this together quickly for February. And I already have some books that I have started reading. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put together at least the beginnings of my 2024 reading journal. And I hope you'll come back at the end of the year when I flip through my entire reading journal and maybe even get started on 2025. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me today. Take care and love to all.